friends, I'm Jenna, and I'm so curious about this thing called fingerspelling. I've heard it's a really important part of ASL, but I'm not quite sure how it works yet. That's why I am so excited. Zane is here to teach us all about it. Whether it's spelling names or signing about our favorite things, I am ready to learn. Let's stretch out those fingers, shake out your hands, and let's get ready to sign. Fingerspelling in ASL uses hand shapes to spell out names, places, and specific words that don't have a unique sign. So how do you fingerspell? You will use your dominant hand. This is usually the one you write with. You want to keep your hand in front of your shoulder. Stay steady. No bouncing up and down. And copy me. Remember, you're seeing me from the front. So if my palm is facing you, your palm should be facing away from yourself. When I am signing a letter, I want you to sign it along with me as best as you can. I will give you opportunities to pause and practice, but try your best to sign it with me when I demonstrate. Are you ready? Let's begin. We'll start at the pretty obvious beginning, the letter A. To sign A, you hold your dominant hand in a fist, facing outward with your thumb sticking up to the side of the fist. A. Next is the letter B. To sign B, using your dominant hand, your palm should be facing out with all 4 fingers together at the top and your thumb tucked in across your palm. B. You can probably guess the next sign. I'll show you. That's right, it's C. To sign C, use your dominant hand with your palm facing sideways. Curve your fingers and thumb into a semicircle and make the letter C. See? It looks like a C. C. For the letter D, hold up your index finger like you're pointing up, and make a circle with the rest of your fingers touching your thumb. D. Next up is E. For E, hold up your dominant hand and curl all your fingers toward your thumb like you're holding a small ball. E. Now the letter F. How do you sign F? You want to touch the tip of your index finger and thumb together, making a circle. The other fingers stand up straight. F. Next up is G. How do you sign G? Stretch out your thumb and index finger to the side, like you're showing something small. Keep the other fingers tucked in and your palm toward you. G. Pause the video here to practice letters A through G and make any notes in your fingerspelling dictionary for this lesson that will help you remember how to form these letters. On to the letter H. How do you sign H? Stick your index and middle fingers together, keeping them straight. Curl the rest of your fingers into your palm, palm facing you. H. Next up, the letter I. How do you sign I? Lift just your little finger up high. Keep the rest of your fingers down and your palm facing out. I. The transition from I to J is easy. You start like I with your little finger up. Then draw a J in the air. Your palm will start facing out and end facing you. J. J. The next letter is K. How do you sign K? You start with 2 fingers up, your pointer and your middle. Push your middle finger slightly forward, then put the pad of your thumb at the webbing between your 2 fingers. K. Now this one is pretty self-explanatory. Let me show you. Any ideas? It looks exactly like what it is, L. I'll show you how. Palm out, pointer finger up, thumb out, like the letter L. L. The next letter is M. This one gets a little more challenging, especially if your fingers aren't flexible. Palm forward, pinky down, tuck your thumb under your 3 fingers and on top of your pinky. If you trace your non-dominant finger on the top of your 3 fingers, you'll see a lowercase m, M. For the next letter N, you can use the same trick. This time, you're hiding your thumb under only 2 fingers. When you trace your non-dominant finger on top of the 2 fingers, you'll see a lowercase n. N. I think you can guess this one. Any ideas? That's right! This is the letter O. How do you sign O? Make an O by bringing all your fingers together and touching them to your thumb, like a little donut. O. Last up for this section, we have the letter P. Do y'all remember what we did for the letter K? 2 fingers up, middle finger forward, thumb at the webbing between the 2 fingers. Now, to turn this into a P, point your middle fingertip down to the ground. P. Take a break right here and practice the letters we just learned, H through P, and make any notes that may help you remember. Okay, on to the next letter. Do you remember the letter G? The next letter is another one that you can just flip down. For the letter Q, make a G by pointing your pointer finger and thumb out to the side with your palm in, Now rotate your hand and point your finger down. This is Q. For the next letter, how do you sign R? You start by holding up your dominant hand, palm facing out, with your index and middle fingers crossed over each other to make a twist. The rest of your fingers and thumb are tucked in. This is R. Next up, we have the letter S. How do you sign S? Use your dominant hand, palm facing out, and make a fist with your thumb across the front of your fingers. S. The next letter is T. How do you sign T? Remember the other letters with the thumb beneath your fingers? Like M and N. This is T. T. Guess what this one is? I'll show you. You can trace this one too. That's right, it's U. How do you sign U? Two fingers up, together, palm facing out. U. This one is pretty obvious too. Using the U hand shape you just made, separate your two fingers and hold them up. If you trace it, what letter is this? V. That's right. V. Wow, we're close to the end. Pause here and practice the letters we just learned, Q through V, and make any notes that may help you remember. Another letter that looks a lot like its hand shape is up next. What is it? We had V, now we have… That's right, W. Instead of the two fingers for V, just add one. W. Up next, we have… Looks like a pirate hook, right? One finger pointed up and then bend the knuckles down like a hook. It's X. Arr, I guess X does mark the spot. Our next letter looks like its written counterpart. This is Y. Do you see the different parts of the letter here? Y. Finally, the letter Z. How do you sign Z? With your dominant pointer finger, trace the letter Z in the air. Z. Wow, that was great! Pause here and practice the letters we just learned, W through Z, and make any notes that may help you remember. Now let's have some fun. I'll fingerspell a few words, and you try to guess what they are. Ready? Let's try something you would see spelled. A brand. Ready? Did you guess it? That's right, Nike. N-I-K-E. N-I-K-E. Finally, let's try a name. Someone you might see around here sometimes. Any guesses? That's right, it's Mia. M-I-A. M-I-A. Great job today! Remember, fingerspelling is a tool that makes our conversations richer and more precise. Keep practicing, and you'll be fingerspelling like a pro in no time. I will see you in the next lesson, where we will discuss more about when to use fingerspelling. Bye! See you later.